Stampers and Crafters. This is Kevon from KTStamps.com, creating cards for you. Today is a Hump Day sketches, but we're doing this a little bit different today. So I'm moving this out of my way and bringing in the cards. So these are my cards today, and they are classified as step-up cards. Now, everybody thinks that step-up has something to do with whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced stamper. But what I really want to emphasize today, this is for you to understand when you buy supplies, how can you create the most out of what you buy? So in Stampin' Up, most of the time, if you attend your first party, yes, you are a beginner, but most people will buy cardstock. And your cardstock that you will buy will be usually some type of white because it's going to be the best deal you can get. Then you will buy some type of designer series paper. Then you're going to want a stamp set. And then you're going to want either some type of ribbon or more cardstock that you can buy the assortment. Whatever you need is, I'm giving you an idea on how do you make your cards to the next value of being a Stampin' Up person that buys product. So this next one, I'm thinking that here you go, you got your white, and all of a sudden you really enjoyed the Stampin', emboss and cut machine. Whether it was small, I'm going to assume small, that's going to be the best thing. So what you have done right now is that you're able to invest in die cuts. You're able to invest in some gems. You still have the cardstock from last time, okay? Remember taking a look at this. But you get the opportunity to step up your card to the next level depending on how exactly you can buy the products. So our last one then is one that is a Z card. I just call it a Z card. Okay, and it is one that you have more cardstock that you can buy. You have the gems. You have the embossing machine. This one may be the larger machine now. You have ribbon that you can buy. You have another stamp set that you can buy. It's up to you. And you're ready to step out to the next level, which is, let's start some fun folds. You've seen this online and you want to do something. So today, that's what I'm going to go over. Now, the insides look a little bit different because some I got a little bit carried away on, and I did not really pay a lot of attention. I used the designer series paper on the insides. This next one, I just gave another layer inside. So then you have your DSP, but then you also have a stamp set that you could buy. And I'll talk about the stamp sets in just a minute. And on this one, you have those exact same stamp sets, but you've also added more of, some different dies that you can add now that you are purchasing so you can step up your cards. Now I'm going to put all these up here so you can see, but I want to also go over what are some of the things that I used, okay? I have your Simply the Best, and this came from the Caring Leaves. This is a fabulous set. It's in the new catalog. This would be one of the sets that I would buy instantly because I'm a leaf person. But this one comes with dies, and it also has these beautiful, I'm thankful, and with a grateful heart for all you do today and every day, okay? To have you as a friend, and then these beautiful leaves. And you have this wonderful Autumn Teaches that change can be beautiful. As you open this, then, I have put my dies on magnets. you have something that you can use. This is what I used on this middle card. And you can die that out. Yes, the small emboss machine, that's exactly what you need. Okay, it's called the Little Boss. That's what we call it. Okay, you have these beautiful leaves that will also look beautiful on a card. So you have that. That's why I like it. This is one that I just got a little bit carried away from. I put this on the inside of my first card because I just thought I was really doing this, but I picked up the wrong one. I inked it up and whoops, forgot. Last one is that I have this tree that I used, and because in the 6x6 Designer Series paper, you get 4 sheets. Well, I already used 3 on these, and my 4th one was already done. These were just, I was able to use those, and that's all I had, but I had to change my Designer Series sheets, so this is in it. So the Designer Series sheets comes from the Splendid Autumn 6x6. This is what I am using on our last cards. Okay, just beautiful sky, sunset. Reminds me of my nephew's wedding that we went to on Friday. Beautiful scenery. Oh, God, I love this scenery. Look at this. I mean, all you have to do is add a saying. I just saw one of our top demonstrators come out with a Christmas card that looks just about like this. I was shocked. She had Designer Series paper that was busy enough like this, and in the middle it just said Merry Christmas. And that's what she was going to do. And again, that's the other thing, is that if you want to make a whole bunch of the same cards, this is going to be one of the best ways to do it. You have beautiful Designer Series paper, and you just put a saying on it or a sentiment on it, and there you got it. Look at this. I mean, oh my God, I just look at this paper and I just think it is absolutely beautiful. You know, here's those 4 sheets on it. Look at this. It looks like you're almost in a pumpkin patch. Trees, just think of this, and in a walkway. Oh, God, the artists are beautiful. Let me see what else. This is what we're using today. I love that. I love this. This is one of my favorite, but I didn't have enough paper. Wow, look at these beautiful flowers. Fall is in the air. You know, look at that. I just think that these are beautiful. And then just add a sentiment on it and you got it. Then, as you turn them over, you have all these wonderful colors on the other side that are, you know, they are nice for just background. So you can add them on something that is a background. And I just think this is just so awesome to have. You need a sky. You can use this. Again, on the back, they have all the colors that coordinate. Awesome. Really awesome. Then I used some of the faux glass dots, and this is Cajun Craze, Wild Wheat, Old Olive, and Cherry Cobbler. And they match these just perfectly. I used the Wanted to Say, and there's the Happy Birthday. This is the little part where you have the happy part, and then this one is the background area. That fits right in. So this is the Balmy Blue, and this is the Azure Afternoon. Love that. So again, you increase and just buy these. Then I have 2 different ones. This is the white frayed gross grain ribbon, and it's just frayed here on the end. And then this, I think, is such an easy way to go. Cheap too. Makes your cards look great. And this is the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. And it has all these different colors that can support you. They're pretty much neutral colors. Oh, and before, look at my cup. It says, grab your coffee, grab your tea, come and stamp with me. And it has bats on it for Halloween. Woohoo! I can't remember what demonstrator I got this from, but I love it. So I'm having my drink right now. All right, so we're going to get ourselves started as soon as I can find what I am using today. So this is going to be different. The design is going to be different. And I'm going to just start off right here. All right, this is what the inside of our first card will look like. So I just had the trees. The reason that I did that is because I just saw the trees in the background with the sunset. It looks like this can either be a nice little meadow, or it could be a little bit of, has a little bit of a pond back there, reservoir. Okay, that's what I had when I was growing up. So I added the tree here in the middle. So we are going to take this, bring in our silicone. And again, all the measurements are on the blog. Please go to www.ktstamps.com. And this card is going to go together pretty fast. But look at that. You have your neutral cardstock. You're able to put a beautiful designer series paper on this. And you have a card. And it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm taking, this is Cajun Craze. And I am just adding my tape. And again, this is going to be something that you will want on your first one. And this is just Stamp and Seal. So we're going to put this on. Then, because I'm not thinking that you have a lot of money that you have spent on buying stuff, so you're just going to use your tape. And again, you're going to be able to create a beautiful card. And I am going to take the white. No, I'm not. I don't want the white. I think I'm going to take the same color. Because this is dark. I want to make sure that I have a little bit of light to it. All right, and I'm just going to find the end. And I am just going to go around here 3 times. And then I'm just going to layer it down, bring in my ribbon scissors, and cut this. And remember, the silicone pad, you can put things down on it, and it just lifts right up. So I'm just going to put some tape right here. And then I'm going to put this up towards the top. And these are all coordinating colors. So we have that. This, whenever you're dealing with a photopolymer stamp, like this, you really want to be on the piercing pad because it'll give just a little bit of give. I don't know if you can see. It gives, and that will help you get a better impression. My impression was not very well done. And this is fabulous. Tomorrow on Throw the Dice Thursday, I am using this again. Absolutely beautiful. So that's our first card done. All right, I'm going to kind of stick that on top. Then, our second card. I'm pulling out everything. Here is our die from our Autumn Leaves bundle. We have this beautiful front. I have the saying in the middle. This time I went with 2 different stamps. And then we have our designer series paper on top of some crushed curry. I'm going to put that together. And remember, when you are pulling on this tape, don't be aggressive with it. Be as gentle as you can, almost like barely touch it, and it's going to come out so nicely. I mean, I have spent almost a couple of years since these came out trying to figure out how do I get this tape to come out, because I kept tearing my paper. I threw it a couple of times, and you just want to pull gently on it. And I'm not really a gentle person when it comes to tape. I like to get into it, dig it up. Okay, and then look at this. Aren't these colors beautiful together? Fresh Freesia. And look at that. And then the yellows inside just to support the crushed curry that's on the front side of the designer series paper that you have. And again, barely even pushing this. And you're going to want to keep your finger right at the top. And I just barely pull it and it comes out so nicely. I love that. I have issues trying to line my paper up properly. So I thank you for putting up with me as far as that goes and my papers being off kilter. So again, this is our second card. And again, we have our base. The white, I think, looks beautiful because it does try to bring out some of the white that's inside. You have this beautiful purple that really gets the sun to look like, or the, let's call it sunset, to look absolutely beautiful. I'm going to move this towards the side, bring this in. And again, nothing will stick to this, so you can go ahead and put things down. So if you make a mistake, you just put it down and it stays. All right, we are going to add some dimensionals to this. And I'm just going to add them in 4 corners. And then before I do anything, I want to I think I'm going to put that up in the middle of the sky so you can also see. And then I have the leaves. And with these leaves, I think I'm going to go ahead and put those down below so they shine up against the trees down below. All right, so. And I am okay if they float just a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to put those down. So I moved around the saying to try to figure out exactly where does it go that I can support the colors, because you can see this big orange up here. I really wanted to make sure that I don't cover that up, and I may have. There we go. And there is our second card. Now we just have one last thing to put on it, and now you have spent enough. And know, you guys, that if you spend $150, make sure you talk to your demonstrator or me and just let them know that that's a party in itself. So go ahead and allow yourself to have a party. Looking for take my pick tool. There we are. So on these, I added 5. So I put one of the smaller ones just down here because I wanted the orange on the orange. All right, and then all I did was I just started picking off these and just putting them all around. And these are going to look so different than the other ones because they're going to be harder to see. Sorry about that. Lost mine. Oh, I didn't. Just kind of fell there. Okay. Look at that. And I'm going to put one of the darker ones up in the sky. Now, as I've talked to you before about triangles, I like to do mine where they're triangles, okay? And every time you look at it, you do see the triangle. So I'm also trying to highlight. This will highlight the saying. This kind of highlights the sky. Over here, this gives you, when you look at this, you will also see how beautiful all these colors are around. This one goes towards the trees, and this one just brings out the color down below and really gets you to focus on the bottom. So that's our second card done. Our third card, I always try to, on a card that you step up, is that I always try to add it as a fun fold. And in that fun fold, this is a 8.5 by 5. On the 8.5 side, you will score at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Again, 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. And then you really need to burnish this, and I would do it on both sides. Sorry about that, didn't mean to hit the camera. And then again, turn it over because you really want this to lay down well. Okay, and this is just a great fun fold to start everything. This is something that you need that will, it just looks really nice. And it's an easy fold. And you can do so many different ways of decorating it. Okay? Here ends up being a mountain, a valley fold, and then you're fine. So again, your first fold, I would fold the card in half. And then I would fold the flap or the second score mark back. So that's how we're going to do it. And we're going to start in the middle. All right. So with this, I just put a leaf here. And I did not do any type of saying. This one has a saying. I'm thankful, but I thought if I'm doing a happy birthday, I want to be able to say more than I'm grateful. So I just decided, I'm going to leave it. See how I tear? Pulling it a little bit too hard. And I need to pull this down. This is where my doctor comes in. And again, you just need to pull it down nice and easy. So if I can go over a teared area gently, I know you can do this too. So this one, we want to make sure that we have about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, because we're going to line all the other cards up to this white. Okay? So from here, I have my happy birthday. That's going to go on the front. And I am going to do that in pumpkin pie, and this is Mossy Meadow, I went to college, my junior college, and our colors were green and orange. I loved them. I just thought, how much fun can you have? And these are all layered down. So we're going to start off with our Azure Afternoon. And this is going to go on the front. It's our first layer down. And we are, oh my goodness, oh, that doesn't matter. We are going to line this up with the white card on the, I did not do that. You do not want to do this. I added this on the inside. So now, so I am taking my embossing buddy, and then I need to bring in my little adhesive eraser. See, sometimes we make lots of mistakes, you guys. Boy, you get to see a big one that I just made. This is our third card, and I did a doozy on it. I put adhesive on the whole cardstock. And you only want to put it on half of it. I am so sorry. But again, it's important that you see how do you take this off if it comes on. Some people heat it with the heat gun. But again, that would be another way to purchase more stuff. And I gotta say, guys, we have a great deal coming out right now that if you are interested in being a demonstrator, oh my God, you get a lot of supplies for not a lot. And I am happy to be your upline or help you out. If you have a demonstrator, give them a call, especially if you're going to all these parties, online parties. You love what you're doing. You love making cards. You send out cards a lot. This is a great time for you to become a demonstrator. So please don't wait for this to pass you by. This is a great time, especially, and we also have our Close to Our Heart sale going on. Again, if I can help you out any way, please let me know. Otherwise, find your demonstrator. Tell them that you need their help. All right, so here we go. We got this done. Now, some of you, like me, are wondering, oh my God, what are we going to do? That is going to get covered up. So we are just taking our balmy blue and we are just going to put that over top of it. Ta-da! You never knew you had a great big blotched piece of paper. And then we have our next layer is Fresh Freesia. Love this color. Absolutely beautiful. And they're all about 1/4 of an inch on the sides. And then our last will be our Designer Series paper. But before we do that, I'm going to see if I can lift this really quick. I am just making a lot of mistakes today. We're going to put this down. We're going to stick this on. And I have ribbon that I want to put on. I just think that it's important when you're celebrating the birthday, you have a little bit of ribbon on. There we go. And we are just going to guess with a little bit of tail how much do you need. Bringing in my glue dots. Stick one glue dot on one side. Oops. I need the help of my take my pick. Sometimes I thought my nails would help, but they're not helping right now. And make sure that it's on the same side at the other end. There we go. And now we're going to put this around. Have the glue dot stick to the back. Glue dot to the back. We're going to take this off. We're going to just give a little bit of tape. We're not going to put it all the way to the top, otherwise I'd be erasing again. Look at this, isn't that beautiful? The way that white just brings out the sky. Oh, I love it. And then I leave everything on when I'm tying any types of bows and stuff. I just leave it on the spool. Go around, give it a nice little tie. And then I take my little paper, or my ribbon cutters, and I cut this off. Now, some people will worry about the middle kind of bouncing around. If that does bother you, then take your pick, tool. Another very important thing, you know, but in Stampin' Up, everything's always important when you're stamping and creating. But you could do it with scissors, you could do it with whatever, but you do need your glue dots. And there you go. And I would just kind of roll it up underneath there, and now it doesn't bounce around. So you have it exactly where you want it. All right, and then we're almost done. I need to make sure that I have my pliers, or my pluckers, tweezers. All right, so we're just bringing this in. And now this is going to take just a little bit of glue. And I do the liquid, and all I do is dot. And if you have any adhesive sheets, I'll do the adhesive sheets. That's the easiest, because then all you got to do is take off the back. But this is also pretty easy to do too. And you don't need a lot. All right, so if you get to see, I don't have a lot on here. All right, so now all we're going to do is take this and put this right inside your Mossy Meadow. And then what you may also need to do is that if some of the glue sticks out the side, give it a pat with your embossing buddy. And we're going to repeat this process one more time. On the birthday part. And all I'm doing is barely squeezing it, wouldn't you know? Barely squeezing it. And I'm just reaching up and bringing some more down with me. This is not wanting to come out very well. And we're just up and over and around, and this is just being a little brat. Sorry, that's how I get it to come down. There we go. And again, like I said, you don't need a lot of this on. You just want it to be able to be tacked down in places. Woo! That one was a hard one. Woo! All right, so here we go. We are going to turn that over. And again, go through the birthday. There we go. Precious. Then we're going to, and I hope I have both of them over here. No. I need my large glue dots and my small glue dots, or my dimensionals. Oh, I'll just use this. Show you how I cut this up. So if you have your dimensionals, make sure that you don't throw this out, because these work just as well. Oh, we have one right there. Alrighty. So I'm going to use this. Oh, God, I got the big one. And I'm going to put this here. I'm going to stick that there. And then I'm going to just go and get some of the littler. And I may just use the little ones. I like to get these as stuck down as possible. And with the bigger dimensionals, they'll go a little bit further. You won't have to use as many of the little ones as I'm doing right now. And I'm going to use a couple more just to put on these areas. And then I always turn it over to check to make sure I don't see any of the whites hanging off. And then let me just go with this. It may be a little bit faster. And you can take your pick and you just poke in the center and remove. Poke in the center and remove. And this can go a little bit faster when taking off your dimensionals. So you poke and I just pull down. And we're almost there. This one feels like I've done taken quite a lot of time. There we go. Woohoo! So we finally got that done. And then we are just going to add this. And I want some of the bottom showing, some of the top showing, and I'm just going to put it on there. And this, I stamped off with this leaf, and then I put the veins in. If you look here, you can see that this is the stamp, and this is the vein. And that's exactly what I did. And I didn't put that in. So here we go. And here are the veins. So that's how I stamped it. And again, you can add any sentiment you want on the inside. I would highly suggest before you put it inside, do all your stampings, because if you make a mistake, you flip it over and you stamp again. That's why there's two sides to the paper. Now let me get a lot of these out of the way so I can finish up. All right, so the last thing we have are the beautiful gems. I had to get those out of the way. And I just found more glue dots. Keep on. So these, I want to use all big ones. Let me see. And on this, you just turn it and more of the putty will come out the top. So you can just press and drag. Well, it usually works. The drag part does. All right, so we're down here. I want to put a green one up towards the top. Oh, beautiful. I want to put one of these wild wheats. I'll go back to the little pointy ones. Right up here at the top. That looks beautiful. My orange. Guess I'm going to use two oranges. Oh, they're pumpkin pies. I'm sorry. They're pumpkin pies. And here is this. And I'm just going to put it up by the sky. And then I'm going to just put this one down towards the bottom. And again, my triangles. Okay. So any way you look at it, you have your triangles. And you see, here comes the putty now. And this is our last fun fold. Aren't they beautiful? I just really, really like them. And you can see that this is lifting just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is grab my glue. And I am just going to put some glue on this. And make sure, because the ribbon is giving it just a little bit of lift. And I'm just going to press on it. Sometimes you want to leave this a little bit tacky. And when it becomes tacky, then you are able to glue these down and they stay. So that is our last card today. So here are these two. Has a sentiment. This one does not. Two different colors. Aren't they beautiful? Here's our second cards. And which one do you like? Tell me in the comments. You know, do you like the darker one or do you like the whiter one? And then the last one is right here. So these are our cards today. And again, stepping it up. So that's what we got for our wonderful Hump Day sketches. Gonna have a drink after all of that. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And my name is Kevon. You can find me at www.ktstamps.com. My motto is creating cards for you. So please put your cards on my Facebook page. Like my Facebook page. Join my Facebook page. If you see this second, you know, just the recording part, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know how you felt about it, which one you like better. If you are on YouTube, subscribe to me. Yes, please share that with lots of people. Let me know what you think. And give me a like. I really like that. I love doing this. So thank you very much for joining me today. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.